fertility been at all an issue? Did your doctors address that with you when you were in treatment or when you were finished treatment? Is that something that any of you considered being an issue?
It was addressed, but it wasn't an issue for us because my husband already had a vasectomy. So we were just kind of like, well, really doesn't matter. So we had already opted to not have kids any longer.
It was a big issue for me. I didn't have children. I was married at the time, and all of my doctors, I feel like, discussed it with me and were very open. And because I didn't do chemo, didn't anticipate there being an issue. Of course, there was that you have to wait, a certain amount of time, and then I did tamoxifen, and then when I stopped, it was okay, now you have to wait. But I feel like at every appointment, both my radiation and medical oncologist addressed it and talked to me about it. What is the plan for children? Are you still wanting to? And reminding me this is when you can. And we're very, very supportive and very positive about it, that I would be able to. My plans hadn't changed. Just that the lovely effects of radiation and speaking of asymmetric breasts, and that I probably won't be able to breastfeed out of the breast that was radiated, and so but that's the only issue that they could see happening for me.
We were on the cusp of, my son is 3, my husband had just graduated from college and we just moved here, and we were sort of like, okay, let's have a second child. We were discussing it, and then I was diagnosed. So I have regrets, and I would have had another one, but I just didn't want to put my body through that.
I think for me, one of the gifts that I felt like I was able to get pregnant after cancer. So I actually had a baby 9 months ago, and I felt like this was one thing that cancer didn't take away from me, which I thought was really a nice. I saw a doctor who said to me shortly after I was diagnosed, do you want to have children or do you want to have cancer, because that's the choice you can have right now. And to me that was a really scary thing, that as I mentioned before, cancer had taken so much from me, that the fact that they could take my fertility was really scary. And I felt like that was a gift that we were able to.
That's wonderful.
So.